beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Cody, the founder of Montarbo Skincare, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin, regardless of your age, concern, or budget. And if you are new, welcome. If you love this info, please subscribe. And today I have the wonderful, the fabulous, the one and only...
Crystal. No, I'm kidding. It's Crystal.
So
the
fancy.
champagne, yeah.
Anyway, today we wanted to talk about an issue that a lot of people kind of experience, especially if you're new to products or new to a brand or new to something more active, and that is purging. And some people call it acne purging, but I don't like the word acne because acne is a very specific skin classification, and it's just purging. It's the pore releasing whatever is trapped underneath the surface. And sometimes people get really surprised when they're not prone to breakout, and then they use something and they're like, why am I breaking out? And typically it's not because the product is causing a breakout, unless it's something very emollient or occlusive that your skin is not really used to. But usually it's because it's an active product that is opening up the follicle, like with alpha hydroxy, and it's dumping it out. It's releasing that trapped microcomedone below the surface.
It's like the skin's way of detoxing. Huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you think about your pore. Your pore goes from the dermis layer up to the epidermis, right? And that's where the oil duct is, in the dermis, which is like 40 layers deep into the skin. Well, you don't know where in that follicle could be a little bit of bacteria, oil, a little clog, like a clog in a drain. And so when you use something active, it just pops up. Any little trapped little bit of like tiny bit of oil can come up out of the skin.
Right. Or congestion, as we know it too sometimes. You know, you'll feel underneath the skin sometimes, maybe when you're cleansing, or you can even see the texture of the little bumps, which we call congestion, which when you start using something active and start noticing breakout, especially in that area, it's because it's lifting and pulling all that up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if somebody's experiencing that, what do you think is one of the best things that they can do?
Oh, keep going.
Keep going.
It may not be fun to go through the process, but it's completely normal. And as we always say, it's something that we want to happen. It's a good sign because we know, okay, it's getting up and out, and we're now trying to build more clarity in that area so that we can be free of that.
Yeah, especially if you're prone to congestion and breakout. There's no way around this. If there was, I would be telling you about it, but like, you know, it takes time for these things to occur, and you know, getting an active product into the skin starts to pull whatever is below the surface up and out of the skin. And I always equate this, if you're really trying to take your skin to the next level and you experience like the purge, we call it, you know, that's no different than you going to the gym and telling your trainer, I want to work out and I want to have 0% body fat, but I don't want to feel any pain while you're training me. It's like part of the pain, unfortunately, is the purge a little, or the transitional period of where the skin gets a little worse before it gets better.
Yep.
And instead of jumping around and trying this one and now spot treating with that and being really aggressive, it's like, just be patient. Be consistent, and our job is to train you and to teach you and to give you knowledge that you know that that's part of this process of getting your skin better, is that unfortunately, girl, sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, and that's part of that purge.
Also, I think knowing too where that purge could be coming from. A lot of times if it's a purge from product, it usually looks just like a typical breakout.
Like, not like a big pustule. It's like usually a couple little pustules or tiny little ones, you know, yeah.
Yeah, that come up.
Yeah.
For me, so I love this topic because I've been dealing with this right now, and I thought maybe it was from, you know, the new formula that we've been using.
Which it could be a little bit. It can happen even with my stuff, okay? So, totally normal.
My skin my skin's a little oilier. I do get dehydration often too, so it probably doesn't help. But I do have to be careful with what I use, especially if it's too hydrating.
Yeah.
My skin tends to like things that are a little more lightweight, more for acneic, oily skin types. So yeah, I've been getting breakouts, and they're the kind of breakouts that are more painful, more cystic-like, tender and inflammatory. So I'm like, okay, this isn't really the typical purge or the look of purging from a product. So I'm like, okay, this looks more like internal.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been, you know, eating great and bad and all the delicious things that we can't eat, a lot of sugar, and I'm like paying for it. Plus, you know, that hormonal monthly time is coming, so she's just showing out.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned all that, though, because that's the way to differentiate between what this is. Because we do want to get to the cause. What's causing this issue or perceived issue? And knowing that it's hormonal or diet or sugar-related or carbs or food and your cycle.
Or all the above.
Yeah. It's like an emotional purge even. It can happen, right? Stress. Stress, you can get that emotional acne purge.
Absolutely. It's about your whole health, not just what you're eating, not just what you're putting on, but even emotional. That's a huge part.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, but I wanted to talk about what I've been doing that's been helping me.
Oh yeah, please do.
So lately my routine it depends on what my skin is feeling, but since I am going through a breakout, I will do my typical exfoliants on the days that I normally do.
What do you use?
So I've been using the new advanced exfoliating cleanser. I'll just do a pump, especially if I'm not wanting as much activity or if I'm feeling maybe a little, maybe more sensitive.
Yeah.
So I'll do about a pump. I'll really work that in, and I will literally take another, like maybe half pump and just like douse it onto the areas. And right now it's here and then here for me.
So you put another pump of the cleanser and work it in?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I'll even leave it on kind of as a mask. And kind of like while I'm in the shower, I'll just probably like kind of like wipe the rest off where I don't need as much. So yeah, I'll let it kind of mask and sit, and then I rinse that off. And then once I get out the shower, I will take a Q-tip and the blemish and breakout clearing treatment. So I'll just stick that in, really douse the area, really get it in there, and I'll like kind of swipe it, but I'll also add pressure and just let it sit for a few seconds, like making sure it like penetrates. Because sometimes it could be really deep there, deep in the follicle. So after I feel like I got a good amount of that and it absorbs, then I'll just do the rest of my skincare. So right now I've been doing the Precision Brightening Cream because I'm obsessed on just having clear complexion, even tone, brightness, and then after that fully absorbs, I do the glycolic cream, which is my favorite because it moisturizes and it's like a facial in a bottle, and I feel like I don't have to think about it because it does so many good things. Firming, brightening will help with any current congestion. You won't have to worry about more breakout.
So you literally put it, do you put it all over and then more, or just as a spot after you've done the salicylic?
I will put it all over and then more on the spots just to really get it.
We need to do a video on how to really spot treat for people. I think it's time to show people how to do it right. That's amazing.
Maybe I could do that when...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that you shared that because it's important to kind of walk people out of the pain of the purge.
And I'll explain too kind of what you'll feel kind of that sensitivity or that, the action from the treatment working. And what I notice is that if there's anything trapped, it will pull it forward. You will start seeing that head or that pustule, or it just goes down. So the next day I notice instantly that either the inflammation's down, or the breakout comes up to a head, or it's just much smaller in size, and I just keep doing it until I just keep killing it until it's gone.
Daily?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, would you say that, I'm not saying this because of my product, I'm just saying this from my own experience of other products and thousands of using thousands of products in my career and just as a consumer. I used to do all that kind of stuff and try to do that stuff with other stuff, but it didn't ever really seem like it worked. So would you say that this is helping you because the products are very active and they're stronger? Like, have you done that kind of system before with other products, but you're not really getting in deep enough and really helping? You know what Ian? Like, I used to spot treat for the gods.
Yeah.
And I was like spot treating. All it would do was burn my face off, but I never got the pimple better.
I think, yes. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed after trying several things is, yes, the potency and the active solutions in there that are strong enough to actually make that difference. Because I will even get a little bit of it peel, which is normal. You're exfoliating and drying it up. But yeah, I would say it's the formulation too, because there's not a lot in it. It's just
simple.
Really what you need, which is what
best.
I like. Yeah, and I didn't know that. And that's how I found out, by the way, benzoyl did not like my skin, and it seems to not really do well with many ethnic skin types, but everyone's different.
Yeah.
That's why I love salicylic or BHA acid. and AHA, like glycolic. Those are my faves, especially when they're together, like the advanced exfoliating cleansers. So I was really happy that you did that. Yeah, because they're really great combinations, especially to really get in there, because I'm prone to the congestion, so I need something to work.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing all that.
Yeah, thanks for making it.
Yeah. Well, you guys, if you have any concerns about your skin and possible purging, or have anything to add to this topic, please share them below. As always, we love your comments and your engagement and your just connection. So, you know, hopefully today helps you kind of, if you're experiencing that with my brand or another brand, that just know that's kind of part of it. Just nobody talks about it. No, like, my industry is not one to kind of point out the possible negative that could happen, which I think we should. I wish people would do more of that. Of like, here's everything that could happen, and then you decide, and then that way you're not surprised. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and I always think it's interesting, I'll end with this, I promise I'll shut up, is like, especially with acne products, oh, it's going to clear up your acne in 10 seconds and 3 years. It's like, no, it's not. And anything below the surface is going to come up and out, but they don't talk about that in the marketing. So then when somebody breaks out from even benzoyl peroxide or Proactive or whatever, they're freaking out, which it's part of the process. That's how it works.
It's normal.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. There's just not enough talk about it or knowledge out there.
Yeah. So
for others to know. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, love you. We're going to be doing some more videos. Feel free to ask your questions below. Remember to stay gorgeous, and we will see you soon in a new video. Bye.